What's going on, everybody? It's Rockman 3K3.
Watch this.
Greatest meme ever from the greatest performance ever. I love Usher for that. I was like, Usher just got regoated.
I don't know about greatest.
What do you think is the greatest or close to the greatest?
So I'm partial to Mac Miller, but just because I'm a Mac Miller fan.
That was good. Because he had Thundercat on there playing the. Man,
if it's not Mac Miller, it's got to be T-Pain.
Bruh, buy you a drink acapella? You're right.
Look, drinking partner acapella?
Shit. Oh God, you're
right. People really was sleeping. I'm the artist from the North Zero. People really was sleeping on T-Pain's vocals.
Mm-hmm.
But I listened to that nigga mixtapes. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I listened to his mixtapes after. Is it 3 Rings? Because he had a mixtape called Pre-Rings. My cousin actually put it onto it, and he was rapping like.
Yeah, because he used to. I forgot his rap name, but he started out as a rapper.
T-Pain.
And no. He had a different name before he became T-Pain, and then T-Pain was mostly just him using Autobox and
Tune
and Autotune, and like using Autobox. He just
using the Autobots and not the Decepticons.
Voice, you know what I'm saying? Roll out.
And honorable mention to Gucci Mane and Zaytoven. Because nobody knew it. I know I didn't know Zaytoven could play the piano like that.
Also Wu-Tang Clan, because Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to, well, you know.
Sneaky. But it was the new Wu-Tang Clan. It was okay.
No, I mean the old ones were kind of there too. It was like both.
Sprinkled throughout. But I'm not as much a fan of the new members.
Nah, I mean the old Wu-Tang is definitely better because of course Wu-Tang, but you know, and then the Roots of course killed it because that was Bilal and them singing it ain't fair. Greatness. So, but yeah, anyway.
Anderson .Paak had a good one.
Oh, Anderson .Paak. Yeah.
Anderson .Paak had a good one.
Didn't Silk Sonic do one? They didn't do one, did they?
It was just Anderson .Paak.
Should have. Yeah, Anderson .Paak did a good one.
Well, I don't think they should have. They was on tour. They got have residency in Vegas or something like that.
I'm sure they're somewhere making bread. I'm sure Bruno Mars is snorting coke and just like, got another one.
Look, ever since that 24 Karat Magic album, man been shooting out. And Anderson .Paak been making like consistently good vibe hip hop.
Yeah.
Where it's mad lyrical. He talking about something that's not murder and drugs. And it's like vibes. And
also, welcome to the Nerd Plate, y'all. You know what was really good and just like Intergalactic by Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi, that was an amazing animated movie.
I'm going to watch it.
I will not. Just please watch it. It's really good.
Is it the same animation style as Spider-Man? Or is it slightly different?
No, it's different. That's definitely something you and Miss Ketcher need to watch together. It's really good.
Oh Lord.
It's great.
Okay.
You'll be looking at it like, I love you. You're so goofy. I know this.
Lord, is it a romance?
It's just you gotta see it. It's like Kid Cudi did a slice of life anime. That's all.
For him?
Yeah, bro, it's amazing. Watch it.
I don't know if I want to live Kid Cudi. Well, no, Kid Cudi lives a pretty cool lifestyle.
And there's plenty of weed and sex in it.
Add that to my list today.
It is on Netflix right now.
And the Zegs?
Yes. And Ty Dolla $ign's in it too.
Okay.
I know, but
was that supposed to catapult me even further?
No.
Kid Cudi. Who's that? Ty Dolla $ign?
I know. But Kenya Barris, which you may not know who that is.
I know who that is.
Okay, I think he directed it and produced it, but like he's also animated in it, which is funny. They did amazing.
He animated himself in it?
Yes, it's hilarious.
Cheeky son of a gun.
Look, listen. He can do any after Black AF and
So he made Blackish.
He can
and
do
Black
Black,
AF.
Yeah, he can do anything. Because Black AF was funny AF.
Still haven't seen it.
It's so good.
I didn't watch all those shows.
Rashida Jones is in it. That's Chrissy Jones' hot daughter. She was in Parks.
She was a nurse.
She was
in
Office. Yeah. She was a nurse in Parks.
Yeah.
She was also in The Office.
And she was Jim's love interest in the second season when he left. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I was drawing a blank on the face. Okay.
Yeah. It's worth it. She's hilarious too. She's hilarious.
Okay, well, I'll watch it. But while talking about watching stuff, I received a series of texts that requested to be answered on the show, and they're all concerning watching stuff.
Okay.
Now, the person said they didn't care about whether they wanted to be revealed or not, so I said I'll flip a coin, and it landed on tails, so they don't get credit for today.
Okay.
So, can you guys define the word great?
Great. Just anything that's in the betterment of good. Anything that is in a style of stellar performance. Anything that's just overall just a better version of good, or a lesser version of fantastic.
So better than good, less than fantastic. The internet says of an extent, amount, or intensity considerably above the normal or average, kind of like what you said. The second one says of ability, quality, or eminence considerably above the normal or average. So better than good, less than fantastic. Cool. Can you give an example of a great game?
Oscar's Wrath. I talked about that at work. Oh man, let's go! Like I talked about it because my man's just like, I don't know if you know anything about Oscar's Wrath because we talk about video games. He's like, what you know about Oscar's Wrath? Like, what you know about Oscar's Wrath?
It was literally like the perfect game, bro.
Yes, it is. Me and we're talking about how like they need to like go ahead. Capcom needs to stop playing. Go ahead and make a remake because I'll buy that day one. Day one. I know.
That's why I can't do this with nobody else.
Bruh.
As soon as he said that, I was like, Oscar's Wrath.
Right. Because you remember the day when you came into work, when we were working, and I was just like, bruh, I know you like Dragon Ball Z. I know this. Here's Oscar's Wrath. You're like, what is that? I'm like, trust me when I say God of War, Dragon Ball Z together. You're like, that's impossible. Do you well played it? You
played it, beat it, bought the DLC. Fought it again.
Man, Akuma and the Ryu fight, and then the perfect ending. Oh my god, he fights God like the Hindu god. Classic. That's a banger right there.
That game banger.
That is great. Certified legend. Certified.
I mean, that's diamond. That's diamond. I don't need ain't too many diamond songs. There's a lot of diamond songs, but that's platinum. Certified.
Banger. Like I miss that game so much.
I miss that era of games because we had a lot of good stuff, to be honest.
We did. It was in a weird space and time because we were so busy, like, because 360 was doing the PS2 era where it was just putting out games. We were like, okay, wow, we're in the middle of this. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then PS3 just got over getting hacked, so they had to make up by, like, putting out good games.
They was making it.
Oh, my God. Oh, Oscar's Wrath.
But it was a lot of. I will say it was a lot of great games out there, but that game,
legend.
That hit me right here.
That man, especially him doing all that, just to save his daughter,
like from the story to the characters. Okay,
and then when you get
to story was kind of weird.
Oh, the story's totally weird. That's whatever. But just the characters, bruh. And when you got to his boy. And they let you play with him. I was like, "Oh, this is off."
Nothing but the feet.
Man. Can't tell me not no more. Can't
I don't
tell
even
me
his name, but his name might as well be just for feet because that's what he used.
Boy, he put them feet on people like crazy. Them combos are epic. I can't.
The story was confusing, but the story brought you in and it gave you enough exposition and backstory that made you realize I understand this now.
It was
action.
Great. Whoever's listening to us or watching this, y'all gotta go play that. Please. Just There's no setup for it. I'm not even gonna tell you,
what's weird.
Go play it.
You sold me off that game. I didn't even believe you, but I took the game home and I downloaded the demo. And off the strength of the demo, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna install this in my Xbox 360." Back when installing games was just
major,
just a side feature. You didn't even have to do it.
Right, man.
If you installed the game and you was using HDMI on your Xbox 360, you was trying to play the game. You was trying to play this game. You was trying to play.
Gosh. Man, classic
combat,
classic banger.
Oh,
classic.
And it was the perfect length too. It wasn't
too long.
200 hours. It wasn't 20 hours. It was beautiful.
It felt for that maybe 15 to 20 hours with the DLC included. It felt good, man. It felt like because you know what it was? They did it. Remember they did it like an anime, so it was like episode 1, episode 2.
Right.
I love that. I really wish they.
That is honestly, that is the best category I can think of.
Other than that, the only other one I think that's right there and also can be categorized as a great game is Gungrave. That's another one, which I can't wait for that remake. You have to play Gungrave. That's one. If you're about to do your PS2 stream, when you do that, let me know. I will let you borrow Gungrave because I promise you will love Gungrave. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
I was gonna say a great game. Other than that, but in the same era, I guess we can pick. Let's do a couple of personals. You pick 2, I'll pick 2.
Okay, you go ahead. You go first.
For the first one I can think of, great. For me, it'll probably be that first Black Ops.
Okay.
Just because of where I was, like, Modern Warfare 2 and all that stuff exists, but the first Black Ops, I think, was a point where the community was so encompassing.
Oh, wait, train.
Yeah, like I was saying before, we were so rudely interrupted. Black Ops was a good game because I started from the beginning of the story. It's a Call of Duty story. It makes sense sometimes. It doesn't make sense. What do the numbers mean, Mason? It's real goofy. Trust me. But it made sense. The gameplay was good. It was a decently long game. The DLC wasn't really DLC. It was map packs and zombies at that time, which I think was the perfect blend of what Call of Duty was trying to do at the time, was make sure that zombies wasn't as much of a highlight, but it low-key kind of was, because the zombie storyline had its own thing.
Right.
And it was pretty successful off the strength of itself without like having the multiplayer and the campaign attached to it.
Right.
I think it was pretty simple. Like I said, it was an easy game to go through. The multiplayer was solid. There wasn't nothing. People weren't boosting around and sliding and doing trick shot. I mean, people was trick shotting, but it wasn't how Call of Duty got with like Advanced Warfare, where I think it had gotten out of hand. So, for me,
because Advanced Warfare was pretty much like Halo. You were just like, I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah, like people was. That was the exosuit one where people were
in the jetpack. Oh,
it kind of took that away, and I think what Black Ops gave us was
more of a grounded back to
because even now on the cusp of Modern Warfare 2 remake coming out, if you go back to the original Black Ops, people still refer to that as a classic. Not so much like going back to COD 4 and World at War and all that stuff, but Black Ops was a solid classic. So I think that categorizes as a great game.
Absolutely, I agree.
What you got? You pick one. I gotta think.
My first one would be Vanquish. Now, I love Vanquish. The storyline was stupid as hell.
I'm really glad we got Asura's Wrath first, because boy,
we just going into the crazies. But I really loved Vanquish just because, even though the story was like whatever, like Russia builds a satellite in space to basically fry the United States with the sunbeam. Okay, but
you said it like that wasn't like the basis of the Cold War.
Yeah, basically, except they succeeded in Vanquish, but we had to go take out the satellite. So it was just very weird, but it was so
movie.
fun and action packed. It would have been a great movie, right? And it was back in the time where Sega was like, we can do action movies, and everybody's like, "Yep." And like because at that time they did Vanquish, they were doing Binary Domain. They just came off.
Man.
Nobody likes Binary Domain. I love that game.
I still got that one.
It's so good, but like it was just so before its time because it was trying to be like Mass Effect and like any third-person action shooter ever.
And I'm about to say, insert any third-person action shooter game.
Man, and like depending on how you treated teammates, you got different endings. It was crazy. But that was at the time where Sega was just going through action. They were just like, "Yo, we could put that out." And again, it was Platinum Games because they did all these great games except for Binary Domain. That was just Sega proper.
Yeah, that was just Sega.
But like not Binary Domain. I'm sorry. Vanquish was it was so good. And it was so just raw and you speeding around with the little, you just doing that, dashing around shooting. Right. The only time the game was just like, all right, this kind of clashes with the design of the game is when you had to go like in cover fire or cover and then shoot. I was like, all right, so this turned from like, oh, this is a fun action-packed game to Kill Switch, which Kill Switch was good back in the day. I was like, okay, it just kind of clashes with what you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. But it was a great game, and it doesn't get a lot of love like it. It's very underrated because, honestly, I wish they would have made a Vanquish 2. Granted, again, the storyline didn't make sense, so I see why they did make a Vanquish 2. But, yeah, it was a great game. I really enjoyed it.
All right. You ready for my second one?
Yes, what's your second one, sir?
Max Payne 3 was a great game.
Banger, sir. Absolute bang. We didn't even expect it. We were just like, okay, what can they possibly do with Max Payne 3 was just
Max Payne 3 was a great game.
Y'all know we could do Man on Fire with Max Payne, right? Let's do it. What are we waiting on?
What are we waiting on? When look, man. another instance of great. It wasn't long. They made it long.
But it just felt so good. Like you did.
It did.
When you picked that game, you didn't want to put it down. Yeah, like that was like being an action movie for real.
I hadn't played Max Payne since 2, and that was PlayStation 2 days.
None of us had. And it was just like, okay, because I remember when I played Max Payne 2, I was like, okay, yeah, this ruined the series. What are we going to do? And then Max Payne 3
came out, and it was everything that 1 and 2 had.
I didn't know we needed that. I did not know we needed that because, man, like
it was an action movie all the way through.
Oh my goodness! Like when when the mafia dude came to the gravesite, he's like, "You killed my boy, Max. Dude. I'm gonna kill you,
bro."
Oh, listen, y'all. That's another thing. If you hadn't played Max Payne 3 in your life, stop what you're doing right now. Go play it. That's probably one of the best action games ever.
What was the name of Mel Gibson's character in not Die Hard?
Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon. Yeah, Riggs.
Okay, just picture Riggs has his own movie. That's Max Payne 3.
Old man Riggs. That's all that was.
Yes, he was drinking. He was pill popping.
Oh,
but
man.
you got all the beauty of an action game, a John Woo movie, romance, betrayal. It was great.
Honorable mention under that, Stranglehold. No. Stranglehold.
I don't know about great. Some graphics could have been a lot better.
Ooh, look. Oh, just missed. But it had the markings and it had the pigeons. Ain't nobody else had the pigeons.
No. Max Payne had a scene where he popped out that door.
Oh my god!
And the birds were away.
About that. Bruh, that game is so clean. Oh my gosh. And then the slow-mo kills, and you just see the face and all that.
Max Payne 3 was a great game.
That's another remake.
Multiplayer was even good on that game. And they had all the same crap from the story mode.
I gotta say, man, like
Max Payne was hard.
If they put a remake of that, I'd buy it.
I'll buy that.
We'd be doing streams on that one because that. Woo.
No, we wouldn't. No.
You gotta save that. Nobody's like, man. Oh.
Like, I turn off. I download that game fully and turn off the Wi-Fi just so I don't have any notifications pop up while I'm playing that one.
Oh, that was an
imagine that optimized for the 5 and the Series X. Oh.
particle like things and seeing the fire go up and the explosions and
with ray tracing, my guy. Ooh.
Man,
Max Payne 3 was a great game.
Wow. That's a forgot about Drake moment right there. That's a banger for you.
That's a banger. Notice how I didn't say a Dragon Ball game? And there's been a couple.
Growth.
I know.
Well, you know what? In celebration of that, I'm gonna bring this one up. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Banger.
Great game. Banger. Solid. Banger. Consistent. Banger. Consistent.
No, how it's still consistent? Because it's still making stuff.
Still getting stuff forward. I'm like, man, I was telling one of my buddies, I was actually talking to my boss again at work, because so I'm finding out he's a huge nerd like I am. And he wanted to go in the game at the time, but he didn't. And he talks about, because we talked about Dragon Ball Z, because we were talking about Super and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a Dragon Ball head. And
go ahead, give him my business card and tell him I like him. I like the cut of his jib.
Like, and we were he had never played Xenoverse 2 before. I'm like, bro, you don't know what you're missing. I was like, you get to customize your own Super Saiyan, or you can be a Piccolo, solid. You can be a Frieza person, you can be a human. I was like, you want to get that? I was like, because not only can you go in and like, all right, cool, you made your character. I was like, but you can play with your friends all the classic scenes and more scenes.
Do that.
And it's like, I was like, bro, trust me, it's hot. I was like, I'm not even a Dragon Ball head like that, but I played my PS5 bros for like days straight because that was amazing.
Xenoverse is hard. Now, I will say, the universe is long. It's very long.
Yes, very long. Very long.
But that's only because that's longevity, because they keep adding in all the stuff from Super, and Super still going.
Y'all, for real, this game had been out so long, they decided to make it a free. They made a free version.
Yeah, it's free to play now.
If you ever play that game, just go ahead and buy it. Don't do the free version, because free version you have to unlock everything. Trust me when I say, just buy it. It's so much better. But y'all, and they have it on sale every now and then. Go get it. And this is like to me, this is up there with because I'd still say the best Dragon Ball game is kind of in between Dragon Ball Fighter Z and Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 3, or the Dragon Ball, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. That had pretty much everybody. I think that's the one.
Those are good fighting games.
Yeah, like the Xenoverse.
You have to it's a grind, but the game makes you want to do it. If that makes sense. I mean,
being able to pull off some classic moves like Super Saiyan 3, and you can even mix up you go. Yeah, now, I saw that you go Ultra Instinct.
I know you can go blue. I'm pretty sure you can go Ultra Instinct.
Yes, and then I don't know. Imagine doing that, y'all, and then being able to hit the final. No, what was Vegeta's thing? Was it Final Blast that he does?
Flash?
Final Flash, or hitting the Garlic Gun. Why? It's amazing.
Gallic.
Just Gallic Gun. Thank you. Great.
No,
Gallic it's the one that's automatic. Oh,
Gallic it's not. It's just that one. It's the purple beam.
It's the purple beam. Okay, all right. Which one's the one? So that's just him throwing key blasts when he's just like.
Oh, that's the energy volley.
That's it.
Yeah,
good stuff, man. And they actually have all the sounds and the graphics. It's great. So just to honor
that's
you
a banger.
For not, that was consistent. Because I
saw it today on the PlayStation Network, and I was like, man,
I have it on my PS5. Not even gonna hold you. Got it on my
PS5. I do too. I have it on my PS5, my PS4, and my Xbox.
It's just good, man. It goes hard. Not even honorable mention. Another one to mention. I know we only said two, but the Attack on Titan games, they go hard.
They do.
I think the second one, or the final season one, is better. But yeah.
Wait, does Attack on Titan come out this year?
Not yet. I think we're gonna get it next year. Because remember, this is part 3 of the final season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it came out in November.
If it does, I'm ready for that. My body is ready.
Ooh.
Let me see.
Man.
Is that
okay? Yeah, I see what you mean. Because that first one, I think they really hit the mark with that first one. Because it cut off the story at a perfect time. The combat was easy. The battles were fun. The second one gets a little out of there, and it puts a little bit more RPG into it because you can buy different gas canisters,
like
different
gas
blades, and stuff like
cans,
that.
costumes, things like that.
It gets kind of out there. I honestly
Oh,
never finished it.
wow. Okay, yeah, we won't get it to 2023. So I don't have a date for it yet, but yeah, no.
But it's solid. It's solid. It may be on the cusp of great.
It was good. It was definitely better than some of those other ones they put out.
Man, you know what? Titanfall 2 was a great game.
Ooh, storyline and the multiplayer, bro. The storyline was banger. But I am like, when I tell you I am campaigning for number 3, they gotta give me number 3. I'm tired of this. I get it. Apex Legends. That's
Apex
great.
Legends kind of took over.
I want my Titan back, okay? Especially he just pulls a
big BT.
Yeah, it's like, hey, see you later. Oof,
he does the what is it? He does the Iron Giant thing. Yeah.
Oh,
and then he's alive at the end too. Spoiler alert. But man, yeah, great game. Yeah. Solid.
Yeah, man. So you get the end pistol, you can mess some people up with that one. The shotgun.
I like the energy shotgun.
Yeah. Oh man, and it just jumping from parkour. The parkour in that was actually a banger.
I'm gonna blow your mind real quick. Oddly enough, all the things I complained about in Call of Duty, you could do frequently and freely in Titanfall, and I had no problem with it. Maybe Respawn knows what they're doing.
You know why the artist formerly known as Leroy? It's because it was balanced. All right, it was
the whole thing.
The whole thing. Like Charcoal Quest. Can't we just call you formerly known as Leroy for sure? No, say the whole thing.
Say the whole thing.
Because it was balanced though, man. Like you couldn't, like, if I had my Titan out and my Titan putting in work and I'm over here trying to shoot, if you actually climbed up the Titan and took the core out, you had me. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing you can do. Like I love that game, and I put so many hours into that game. Oh, I miss that game, man.
It was good.
Man, it's a banger.
All right, so the next one is, what is the current main plot of the show She-Hulk? What is happening?
I believe I can answer this. Or I don't know. You can answer because you've been watching it too, right? No, okay.
Go ahead. I have, but
so it's basically so for people who want to know what it's about, it's basically Sex in the City mutants, and so this is her comic, like when she was like She-Hulk, attorney at law, like in the comic books, where she was just just trying to live her life and dating superheroes and dudes and whatever, which is really funny. Now the core premise is, hey, they're showing her like become She-Hulk, of course, which we've already seen, but there's also some behind the scenes brewing. It's like, I believe it's leading up to some kind of. There's two things I believe in. I don't want to ruin this for you, but like, I think there is an alien invasion that might happen, and then there's something else major that's about to happen. But again, I can't reveal it because I don't want to like spoil stuff for you. But yeah, basically, it's just like kind of following her like in the day in life. So it's like Marvel's slice of life. It's kind of like when they did not Damage Control, because that was DC, right? Or they weren't Damage Control. Damage Control was like where they just like, let's see what the other people look like on the other side of the heroism, like, or heroism, heroicism. That's what I'm trying to say. Where like
heroism.
Thank you. Whatever. That's it. That's the word. Oh, community college. Well, you know. But
oh boy, you tried.
But yeah, like they wanted to see what the civilians or just regular people looked like
Ms. Marvel and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just regular people. So like they didn't have any powers, but their whole job was to clean up. Like, man, why is like?
Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
Right, and so like it's kind of like that to where like they just want to focus on like the funnier sides of and the lighthearted sides. So that's what She-Hulk is about. But there is something serious leading up, and I can't reveal it because I want to ruin it for the artist formerly known as Leroy. But as soon as
I didn't watch last week's episode. I was supposed to watch it this weekend. Didn't do it. I didn't watch Lord of the Rings either.
Oh, bro, Lord of the Rings is epic. You gotta watch that.
So his comment was, She-Hulk is numbingly dumb to me. I don't understand who the show is for. 40-year-old women who like comic books but also can't find a date. It's such a unique audience. The writing seems very childish, and maybe that's how the comics are, and the show is boring, and its only saving grace is the wider MCU cameos. I agree. Writing is just
I
dumb.
don't agree with that because it's good. It's just it is Sex in the City. So like if you don't enjoy the whole like because it is kind of told from a female perspective, so I can see how that gets in the way. But that's how she is in the comics. They are very faithful to the adaptation. I've read the She-Hulk comics. They are super faithful to that. So you can't say that's not what she did in the comics because she totally did that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that. I just think whenever something's made so like female specific, sometimes a lot of people have a problem. Like, you know.
Well, I think his big gripe was that the show is very, very specifically driven. Like it doesn't really appeal to a lot of people. Like for me, and we talked about it a little bit. I didn't finish Ms. Marvel because Ms. Marvel was boring to me.
So yeah, I totally get where y'all are coming from because there are a lot of downtime moments in both of these, like She-Hulk and in Ms. Marvel, because Ms. Marvel especially did not pick up to the end, and it was just like a lot of things.
What I can't say about She-Hulk is at least there's action and there's a reason for action in every episode. Ms. Marvel was not.
You know what I feel like? I feel like She-Hulk's going to end up a lot like how, because remember y'all said the same thing about WandaVision, where you're just like, this is weird. I don't. And
WandaVision was a very slow burn.
When it hit that mark, you were like, oh, okay, we know exactly what's going on. Okay, wow.
Like to say, but look how long it took.
That's true. So I know the payoff sometimes doesn't pay off. I think it will in She-Hulk just because
WandaVision paid off. 100%. I was wrong about WandaVision.
That was funny because when it hit, y'all were just like, okay.
When Agatha turned down, I was like,
let's go.
Oh, and then he started to get.
When you find out the truth, and you're just
really,
like,
this
is really dark, guys. Like, what? How in the world,
The other thing he points out, he said Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had better writing, and I was like,
no.
Them first 3 seasons, yes, it did. Them first 3 seasons, of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was hot.
I would give you the first 2. Because the third started turning trash. Like when Ward became like, I'm the unbeatable mutant. I was like,
was that 3? Yeah, it was season 3.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. and then it got worse from there. Because the only saving grace was 4 when Reyes showed. I was like, oh yes. And I mean, and that's from the person that watched all the seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Trash. Sorry,
I skipped the in and out.
Right.
I just remember the last episode. Coulson woke up on the ship. I was like, what?
Listen,
going on?
I want to tell him yes on that, but no, I'm sorry. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s trash. Even Miss Marvel, as much as y'all like that's boring, or like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, those all had better writing than S.H.I.E.L.D.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier was decent to me.
I liked it too, but some people
I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that a lot more than I did Miss Marvel.
Loki had better writing, and Loki wouldn't even try.
Loki was good.
Loki was fire because Loki started the whole multiverse. We didn't even know. We were just like, all right.
No, it put us on. It gave us Kang. That's why I'll always say Loki is cool.
Kang the Kanker. Y'all trying to hang with Kang?
Yeah, I'm trying to hang with. Right. They gave us the first black CEO in Marvel, and I'll never let that die.
Yo, but I got to disagree on that one.
He says this is like Ben Affleck level Daredevil writing, and I was like, ooh.
No. Ooh. I'm sorry. We don't have a blind person just throwing down flaming D's that he took the time to draw out, even though he's blind. So, you missed me with that. No, I'm sorry. Can't do it.
So, if Charlie Cox don't do that, he ain't Daredevil or something? He can do it.
No, it's not that. It's just he doesn't need to do it because he's a better Daredevil. Yes, it's Charlie Cox. Okay. He's a better Daredevil, sir. He's distinguished.
Oh, he is better. I will say he is a better Daredevil. But Ben Affleck made Batman, so I think he kind of wins. I don't know. It depends.
He was old man Batman, so I'll give him that.
Oh yeah, he was tired. He was not ready. I'm getting too old for this.
He wasn't even fighting mofos. He was just like shooting them. He's just like, I'll fight y'all.
And he sent me a link to Rotten Tomatoes, and all it is the Rotten Tomato score is 87, and the audience score is 36.
Well, okay. Now on She-Hulk, you can't go off of that, and I'm not. it's not me defending it. People don't like it, they don't like it. But you can't go off Rotten Tomatoes because it also Rotten Tomatoes suffer from review bombing sometimes, and that did happen with She-Hulk. Because they're just like, oh, it's woke, review bomb. And that's not only them. Steam went through it too one time, so like it happens all the time.
He prefaces his link with "This is real criticism and not review bombing."
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, I like it, man. I mean, people can hate, haters gonna hate, but I get it. Everybody has an opinion, but I think it's great because I've read the comics, and that's exactly how she acts.
So I said on the last week's show, I said it was amazing. What I should have clarified was it is hilarious. It is a funny show.
It's great. I'm not gonna like. I just don't. I get that, you know, people are like, oh, like, I'm not going to be like a super critic on some shit. Like, I'm not going to be a super critic on some things. Like, I'm just not going to do it. Like, because some things have to be fun. Like, what people misunderstand about the MCU is that you're not going to get a comic book, like, superhero every single series or movie. It's more like
you is polarizing for me.
I know, but it's because they're turning everybody into comic book writers because the comic books are not always about.
They're turning everybody into liking comic books now.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's not always about like, all right,
it ain't for
villain.
Us
yeah,
anymore.
Like it's more so for like, okay, like here's what's going on. Because even now, like the MCU is turning into the comic book series to where like, well, unless you saw this movie, this is how you didn't know this person's still alive because this happened in this event. So they're becoming exactly what we were and what we are to this day, really. But I think people just kind of lean too hard on like, no, it's supposed to be a superhero show, so I need a superhero and a villain. I like exploring different things. Like I like them doing because Moon Knight was excellent, and Moon Knight was very different from the rest of the MCU.
Boy, I mean, a complete 180.
Those twists were just because that was the same. Remember that? But the same way, it was like, all right, if Khonshu ain't coming out this in like 2 or 3 episodes, I don't know. And then like it starts slowly getting there, and then it's slowly. And
I was like, okay,
all right. And then like the end happened, and we're just like, oh, ooh, he really is crazy. Okay, right?
He's like, you don't know about the third one? Buenos dias, senor.
So. You know, I
put on the Kango head and started speaking Spanish, and I was floored, boy. I tell you.
So I like what MCU is doing in terms of like different characters, but yeah, there's gonna be some stuff that's gonna be boring than others, and there's gonna be some stuff that's like, eh. So
his last comment was, Marvel has been striking out big ever since the last Spider-Man.
Nah, cuz I can't agree with that either. Because Doctor Strange was good. It wouldn't like, but it was good.
I have a 2-point argument to this. Where I have to favor both sides.
Okay.
On one hand, yes, Doctor Strange is good.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is perfect. On the other hand, and this is where I'm about to get into my bag.
Thor was really good too.
Thor was good. I enjoyed Thor.
I don't know where the hate for Thor came from. Because that was a good movie.
I don't either, because that was like a really good feel-good movie.
It was.
And then she made it to spoiler alert, she makes it to Asgard. Heimdall's there.
I was like, my heart. Oh.
But see, that's just the Marvel formula. It's like, oh, nobody really dead for real. They just exist in another plane.
No one ever really dies, man.
Exactly. Loki ain't even dead for real.
Look at the comics. Krakoa is bringing back people at will. They're like, hey, y'all remember Jubilee? Give up Jubilee, everybody. Jubilee's just coming out of the little pod. Like, you know? I was
about to say, that was the best part. To me, that was one of the best part about comic books because I remember a period where Thor was dead for like 2 months.
Forever. Remember, they couldn't find him. They
couldn't find this nowhere.
Like, what's happening?
He just shows up out the blue. It was like, oh, well, no. Then Jane became Thor. Then he came back. And I was like, how did he come back?
Because he was looking for it. Remember, he was looking for the Thor, and he was like, he went to go see Jane in the hospital. He's like, oh, well, Jane couldn't be Thor because she has cancer. Oh well, and I'm like, wow,
all right,
he's so dumb.
And see, from that comic, we got Beta Ray Bill, we got Jane Foster's Thor. Now we got a whole team of Thors.
We had the Thors in Battle World. Battle World was amazing. Battle World does not get enough credit. That was amazing. I bought that whole comic line, sir.
That's top 10 comic arcs right there.
Top 10. That's right up there with Civil War. I love Civil War. Good stuff.
Or Secret Wars, if you can get them all.
Secret Wars still good.
Now, I'm gonna switch topics.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a score.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I know it's about to be something today. Let's go.
Disney bet the fuck not. Because I know you've seen these pictures of Goku.
Disney. I'm so scared. Listen, I'm so
Disney
scared.
Bet the fuck not.
Cause look, they already got Bleach, bro.
They're on a piece.
And speaking of that, did you see that they took off? Crunchyroll took off all of it, all of Bleach, and I was like,
yeah, because it's on Disney Plus now.
Oh, big fella. Disney coming in the anime to play? Y'all, especially and they looking at Dragon Ball. That was so funny when somebody made that mock. I was like, I could feel the force, a disturbance. Yeah. Thousands of Dragon Ball Z fans cried everywhere.
Saw that post on Facebook, and I was like, report article.
Yes.
Disney better hell not.
Bruh.
I'm up to 6. I don't care. Leave it alone.
Bruh.
Because I know what they're gonna do. I know the Disney formula.
All I'm saying is y'all might as well watch out because everybody, we all gonna be tuning into that Bleach 1,000-year war.
I don't care. I will tune into it. Don't change anything. Just host it on your use it on your platform. I don't care.
So going back to me and my manager talking about nerd stuff. We were talking about that, and he's like, "Are you afraid that they'll change?" And I'm like, "Well, yes. I was like,
that's what Disney does."
I don't think Disney does because, and here's where I'm coming from. Where I don't think they will, is because they need that rated R audience. That's why they bought Hulu. They own, but they pretty much own. They won't say it, but they own Hulu because Prey was them. Hulu. Yeah, like Prey was them. They just won't come out and say it because they want that family image. But they also know there's money in that rated R. Hence why they changed that whole. Hey, we're putting all these Marvel movies on. They're rated R, but that's okay because we have this little disclaimer. So I think they're going to keep it, and they're going to see, okay, how many people can we get? And once that Bleach thing takes off, bro, y'all might as well go ahead and get ready because they'll be like,
but see, that's not the.
How about that Dragon Ball? How about that One Piece?
And see,
what's up with that Boruto?
Look, please change that.
They get Boruto the extra make it better. Like, how's that work?
How did Disney pipe Boruto up? I don't never understand. Look, but here's my problem. What Disney doesn't know is how to let stuff be. When they bought Star Wars, they could have let Star Wars be. What did they do? Added 4 movies. Only one of them means anything. I watched the first 2 episodes of Andor. I am more confused.
I have not seen it, but tell me, what do you think?
I don't know what's going on.
It's supposed to lead up to Rogue War because it's supposed to be following the guy's name. Of course, the agent is Andor, and he's been a deep cover agent for so long. They're supposed to be exploring that, but I don't
know, and I don't care.
I gotta watch it because I hadn't got a chance to sit down and watch it.
I need to rewatch it because I'm still confused. But with Disney, they don't know how to let things alone. They want to add their twist. That's how we got 3 extra Star Wars movies that we didn't need. Don't get me wrong. I'll give you Mando. Mando's cool. Rogue One, better. That's the prequel. We claim that.
We claim that.
I will claim Mandalorian because that's a side story. And for all we know, it technically might be a prequel too.
I mean, yeah, because it has your boy in it.
It's young Luke. It's Luke before he got old and mean. So
it's your boy, Luke.
And to be fair, Mandalorian, great series. But then they also gave us Boba Fett. 8 episodes of this Negro talking about put me back in the tank. I can't do this no more.
Finnick was doing all the Finnick carried that.
Finnick was jumping rooftops, shooting people.
shoulders should be completely wrecked because she put that show on her back like, whoa. She was
on
like,
her
let's go.
back. She need to go to the chiropractor.
Anytime the show's about Phoenix, like, oh, we about that action. Okay. Because remember one of the best episodes when he wasn't in it at all.
When he wasn't even in it, it was just her.
That was so sad.
Finnick had one gun that whole series, and you know what? She did more damage than he did with everything he ever had.
I don't know. Did she do more damage? Did my guy with the spin, with the Michael Jackson spin?
Nobody care about that dang spear.
My guy did. That's just another part of me spin, and then shot one time. I was like, that guy. That guy's amazing. I want his action figure. Him.
And here come Boba. Oh, this is a spear that the slave masters taught me how to use. It's special to me.
Oh, no, serious.
Here comes Finnick with the M1, whatever the heck it is, shooting people, sniping. She was hitting people with the gun, running. She know kung fu.
Man, that whole series was like the greatest letdown ever because everybody's like, oh man, Boba Fett. Boba Fett was the hardest dude in the Star Wars galaxy.
Not me, because I was like, I asked this question before it was out. Why is Boba Fett so cool? No one can answer that question. If he was so cool, how he died? It was
just a mistake, but then they ruined all that when he made it out of the Sarlacc pit, and he was just like you said, "Oh, put me in the tank." Every episode, put me in back in the tank. Oh,
they should. You know what? They should. I would have been more okay with the mystique of Boba made it out the Sarlacc pit, and now he runs Mos Eisley. Bet. Don't say nothing else to me. I don't care. I don't care.
I hate to say it. It sucks because I like the actors and everything, but I think Boba Fett should have just been relegated to just that one little appearance on Mando, and they were like, "Oh, okay, cool. It's nice to see him." You know,
that's all I care about.
But you know what? Listen. I'd much rather them do that because you know what they were starting to do. Remember when they did the Han Solo movie? They're like, "We're gonna do a movie for Leia. We're gonna do a movie for Luke. We're gonna do one for Darth Vader. We're gonna do one for Boba Fett." I was like, "No, we don't. Why?
We have a movie for most of these characters." Solo was the only exception. If you're gonna do a movie about Chewie. I'd love to know where that big walking carpet gets his jib from.
It was just, yeah, I agree. So some of the stuff they did was just kind of like, hey man, maybe you should just slow down a little bit. Like I really think if they do another Star Wars movie that goes forward, because we already know they got 50 more prequels down the tank, because they still we got to finish Andor, then Ahsoka's gonna come out. And then
Ahsoka shouldn't even exist.
But there's that. And then we're gonna get are we still gonna get Disciple, which is like it's supposed to be focusing on the Sith?
Yeah. We're
still gonna get that.
And like I said, I don't know, 10 shows ago, give us a show about the Sith. That's the one thing we haven't explored. It's a billion rebels and freedom fighters and spies. And how about what the bad guys doing? God dang.
I think if we give them, I think if they can pull off this MCU stuff they're doing, and they see, oh, okay, cool, we can play with both light and dark, because they got MCU. They're already doing that because we're about to see what the Thunderbolts about to be able to, which that's gonna be crazy. We're about to see Secret Invasion, Secret Wars, so that's gonna be crazy. But I think they're trying to wait on that because, like I said, if they flash forward with Star Wars, don't do the Skywalker. Just stop with that family, please. Just make some new do what they did in like the Star Wars Visions. That was really good. Show me different iterations of just Jedi powers. Like make it like mutants. Basically. Yeah, like show me anything else. But I don't care about Skywalker.
Show me the last 5 Masters of the Sith. That would make more sense because we don't know enough about the Sith. We know a lot about the Jedi.
Well, no, they won't do that because somewhere what's his name? Palpatine's like, think about it. Who are the greatest Sith Lords of all time? Palpatine, and Palpatine. Because I spit that hot lightning.
What? If you read the book, well, no, Extended Universe still matters. But even when he said,
now it does because it's not selling. I love how they're like, as soon as it wasn't selling no more, they're just like, the Extended Universe is back, guys, and we're just like.
Price of the work went up, my guy. What you want to do?
Oh, y'all gonna bring Starkiller back too? We might keep talking around to find out.
Ooh, you slick. It's okay. You won this episode. I don't care. But yeah. So I'm fine. fine with Disney acquiring anime. Honestly, it makes it a lot easier for me just because of ease of access. If I don't have to pay for something else, which I don't pay for Crunchyroll anyway. I don't pay to watch anime anyway. I watch it literally any other way.
And Disney Plus, you know what I'm saying? You know
exactly. If I could just pay for one thing and I can get everything, which Disney is slowly trying to monopolize everything, I'm okay with that.
I just
leave it alone.
Yeah, because and I mean and it's crazy that people are worried about this with anime because Disney's not even the biggest offender of that. Some of these anime companies, because right. Attack on Titan went through that whole of like, okay, we're not going to be as violent, and then they went back to being violent again because they kept switching like productions or whatever.
I thought you were going to say about the live action thing. I was about to say they can stop that at any point.
Oh, please stop!
I'd be so happy if they can stop that.
Look, Netflix. Y'all know I love y'all, and I look with y'all heavy. You know I F's with y'all heavy. Please stop the anime live action, please. Like y'all have only had like maybe a 10 to 15% like margin of success. Please stop, please, because they about to do Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm like, please don't, please.
Well, no, because remember, I think I talked about that on this show too. I think they're gonna put a lot of real effort into it, and they're not gonna it's not gonna be like M. Night Shyamalan, Shia LaBeouf, and I don't know whatever his name is. The Indian dude that makes weird movies.
The one who's like Aang.
No, it was Ong.
Ong. I'm sorry, Ong.
It was Ong. Yeah, my mama has that movie on DVD, and I almost threw it away.
That's like your boy who played Goku was trying to joke.
Oh yeah, I saw that tweet too.
Reported him.
I reported it. I found him on Twitter and reported that tweet.
I'm gonna use one of mine. Fuck you. We still ain't forgot.
We haven't.
We haven't forgot.
You got a pass with me and Shameless. That's it.
You a dirty motherfucker. We haven't forgot about you. We haven't forgot. Look, that's like the people that was in Street Fighter, Ron Shirley. I haven't forgot about y'all.
Oh, it was awful. That movie was awful.
That you know your movie's bad when you make the other movie that was supposed to be bad look really good. Like, man, I want Jean-Claude Van Damme back. Please bring him back, please.
I thought that movie was weird because for some odd reason I remember it opening on like a Wednesday, and I was like, "What movie comes out on a Wednesday?"
Bro, that movie was so bad. I didn't even watch it, but after researching it and seeing the storyline and stuff, that movie is so bad. I would prefer Ryu and Ken being arms dealers instead of that bull that they put.
Oh yeah, that's
they were arms dealers.
They were just casually handing guns out of back trucks. I was like, well, hey.
Like, thank you, Sagat, because I almost became you. Like that's not.
That movie was about Jean-Claude Van Damme anyway.
It was. The only real adaptation in a movie that we ever gonna get to Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Banger.
I like the Alpha.
Alpha was good too. I love the Alpha movie. That was good too.
I like the Alpha. Yeah, Alpha was Dark Ado and everything.
Mm-hmm. It was basically just focusing on Ryu and Ken. And I was like, that's all I want. There we go. That's it. Okay, so that's funny.
So that's my rant for Disney.
Also, too, thank your friend for sending that in. I appreciate him sending in that. That was fun.
Sorry, but yeah, I don't. It's a give and take because on the market, and while we're talking about it, we can actually get into stories.
Yes.
So speaking on Marvel, Deadpool 3 is coming, and Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine.
Yes, that was also one of mine. That was like my extra backup, but yeah, I knew that was going to happen. One of us was going. We have to talk about. Wolvie is back, ladies and gentlemen,
and he's coming back in the OG yellow and brown suit. Is it yellow and brown or yellow and black? It's yellow and brown.
Well, yellow and brown, and then in later comics, it was yellow and blue.
It was yellow and blue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was yellow and black. And I think
yellow and black.
Some of the older ones, it was yellow and brown. Yeah, it did switch to yellow and blue.
Yeah.
But surprise poster that was on Ryan Reynolds' Twitter account where the actor is on the sofa. So he was extremely sad about missing D23 when there was no Deadpool 3 announcement. And then he shares workout montage before talking about a potential story idea the writers had. Then he asked Hugh Jackman if he wants to play Wolverine, in which Hugh Jackman says, Sure.
Classic. That video was everything I ever wanted. And then they do another one to like tease, like, you're probably wondering how we're gonna do this. Well, it's very simple. Me and Hugh Jackman will explain this. And then they just proceed to like put song over it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's great. I love it.
Deadpool is gonna be the catalyst to reunite the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think. And
listen. Now we got Hugh Jackman back, baby. Go ahead, Chris Evans. Come on back to us, baby. Come on. Be Captain America again. And then we just need Robert Downey Jr. And then we just get all these people.
I figure they'll probably write Iron Man back into it some kind of way.
He's coming back. I feel it.
He'll be an AI or something. I don't know. They'll figure something out.
Well, yeah, because that's what happened to him in the comics after he had died that last time, and like he was trying to give.
Remember he was president for a while.
Yes, that was the great. Everybody just ignored that. We were just like, "That's so weird. We're just not gonna touch that."
Yeah, Tony Stark was president, and so president. He ran Shield for a minute after Nick Fury was gone.
Why is it? We in the year 2022. How in the world is Nick Fury still just randomly disappearing? Like every so often in the story arc, they'll be like, "Hey, we should find Nick Fury." We don't know where he is.
You remember the original scene where he was like, "Yeah, bro, I can do that now." No. Well, he was supposed to be dying then.
Yeah, but he became the
Watcher.
Yeah, the Watcher, and then
that was a stranger story too. It just showed us to the moon. It's like somebody shot him in the head. Who?
Let me pick up this eye, and then like Winter Soldier becomes the man on the wall, and I'm just like, wow, I did not see that coming. Okay, that whole comic series was just like that was a banger. That was I like that one. Yeah, dude, I'm super excited. Hugh Jackman's a wonderful actor anyway, but he did a great, especially Old Man Logan, because when they finally put him in a good, well-written Wolverine movie.
Yeah, bro.
Old Man Logan.
Well, let's be fair. He always played Wolverine.
Consistently played it good. Yes.
The story around Wolverine was never
always trash, right? Because I don't even blame Holly. I just don't want to see Holly Berry again as Storm. But like, I don't blame her too much for Storm. I
like her look as Storm. Now, she got a little dramatic when she was spinning in the air and doing all that goofy stuff. But I can see, to me, she only makes sense as Storm, except in Days of Future Past where they got the when they did the punk rock chick with the mohawk. I can't remember her name. She was cool.
Trash.
She was cool. Look-wise.
Trash.
Look-wise.
Was
awful.
I need to find somebody new for Storm because like that's somebody new.
We ain't got too many black women I
know. Create one. Create. Go find one of the new actresses and say you're a Storm now. Here's what you gotta do. Storm was perfect. Not to be the guy to do the whole perfect Storm, but she was. She was crazy, like beautiful.
What you gotta think?
She was a
back
leader.
In the 90s.
She was smart.
Back in the 90s, Halle Berry was beautiful and not crazy. And that was the perfect combination, but now she's crazy. I don't know what she looks like now. I honestly haven't seen Halle Berry in like 15 some years. But she's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, she was very close. Like, the problem is that for me, honestly, the only person that could have played Storm is Angela Bassett. They already put her.
We already got her as mother.
Right. So, it's like, fine.
Speaking of which, Black Panther trailer came out. I didn't watch it. Please tell me it was good. You ain't seen it yet, have you?
I have not, but I know what it's about. And
I'm pretty sure I know what it's about.
Yeah, we called it. Trailers. Yeah, we called it, by the way. But
never mind. I didn't know what it was about.
Yeah, we called it. Yes. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, just you gotta have the perfect person for Storm. That's why, like, I'm sure, like, she needs to get her own movie, and she needs to be in the X-Men movies. But Storm deserves. She is like the first lady of like superhero, like comic book, like just awesomeness. Like she has to. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Just when I talk about Storm.
No, she was on Mega Levels, and for good reason. Like she was the queen of Africa for a minute.
She controlled the weather. She was. No, you're right.
She was the queen of her.
She was the goddess of. They treated her like a queen, but she was. Yeah, they were like, "Yo, no, you're a goddess." And she's like, "Oh, I just control the weather." They're like, "No, you do so much for us." I mean, yeah, bro. So yeah, I'm excited about Hugh Jackman, but I hope this is a segue into my X-Men because I'm gonna go crazy if they don't give me X-Men. I want my X-Men. Give them to me, please.
Same thing with fantasy. I was about to say Final Fantasy, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Because they were talking about how Victor Von Doom needs to be introduced into the show, and I was like, "Oh, if he don't come with the Fantastic Four, you can't just put him randomly.
You can't just you're gonna put him over somewhere else, and then they meet up later. Cool, but
you can't have Doom without the Four.
You can't unless they're going to fast forward how they got here. Because, like I said, look at Kingpin and did you see Hawkeye? Yeah, okay. Look at Kingpin and Hawkeye. So they could pull that.
But he already existed.
Well, yes and no, because he
was already Kingpin in
the Netflix one, but they're saying the Netflix one doesn't happen in this universe. This is like Daredevil is like already established, and they're doing a different story. So, but him, Luke Cage. And
I was about to say these people already exist.
Back in, so it's weird. They're just doing something new. So they act like the Netflix thing doesn't exist. So they might make like a few mentions to it, but they're gonna do like what they did with Edward Norton and the Hulk, where they're just like, yeah, they're probably gonna do that.
And man, that boy, I know he kicking himself. He missed out on our bag. Because honestly,
like Mark Ruffalo is just chilling, just making billions. It's like,
I think Edward Norton's Hulk was better than Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
We had more serious roles, you know what I'm saying? But
he was an angry Hulk. Mark Ruffalo has a nice face, and he's like, "I'm Mark Ruffalo, yeah." But Edward Norton Hulk was mad Hulk.
He went from Incredible Hulk to Credible Hulk.
Yeah. I like that Hulk got a job and whatnot. Like it would have been difficult. It would have probably been difficult to make Edward Norton's Hulk into Professor Hulk and whatnot.
Yeah, but, he went from being like to cuss smart. Hulk
a professional now. Hulk has 401(k), 401(k), and many subsidies.
I heard the Hulk has a credit score of 850 and he's moving into that nice neighborhood. He is going places. This is like
Hulk is gonna enjoy this, yeah. But I like Edward Norton Hulk because he put his foot on his chest and skipped him across the field into a tree. and if not for the abomination formula, he would have died that day.
He was
talking mad crap to the Hulk.
His Hulk basically encouraged what was the game? Hulk Incredible Destruction. Remember that game?
That was a good game. That was a good game. Not great.
Another great game. Oh, it wasn't.
It wasn't great. It wasn't
you can pick up cars and make boxing gloves out of them.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Oh man, come on, bro. Come on, give it a little bit of flour. Just give it 1 or 2 flowers.
It gives me too much. Well, no,
but you know what? You are right because it was pretty much Prototype. Just replace the guy from Prototype with Hulk.
See, I was going to do Transformers. The first
the first.
I was about to say it's not if it's not the same thing because you can climb up the walls the same way. You can pick up cars.
Yeah, dang, yeah.
But it was a good game. It was a good game. It might be right below great, but
it's like the very revered Spider-Man 2 game though. It's just so great on PS2 for whatever. I was like. In hindsight, the
game was good. I just couldn't never find a comic book store to upgrade myself.
Oh, to upgrade
because it wasn't a map. I mean, it was a map, but it didn't have markers on it.
Yeah, I remember those days, and everybody in their mall bought that game too.
Oh, it was good. It was a good game. Don't get me wrong.
It was. It was. Now I will say before the new Spider-Man that came out by Sony, that was definitely like. Spider-Man 2. Aside from Spider-Man, what's the one where he was like Shattered Dimensions? That was my jam. The one where he had
Shattered
all 4.
Good. Yeah.
Oh god.
Or Ultimate Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man
was. It was slapping a little bit. It was slapping.
We ain't gonna give Spider-Man 3 then?
Nah.
The game wasn't fun.
Not a darn one. No. The quick time events were just trash. And you're just like, wait, okay, we're quick timing that. Wait, hold on. All right. Rhino, you don't do it right. Rhino just knock you over. Or then you put on the black suit and you try to be more aggressive. And I'm like, come on, guys.
I tried.
Another time, perhaps. Another time. Oh, but I'll say my first one. Now, the artist formerly known as Leroy. You know me, and you know when I bring church to congregation, just like church, just come on in for a second. Let me holler at y'all. No. Oh. There's been a death, and it was the Death of Stadia. That's right. We gonna have the repass on Saturday.
We'll have a repass at the gravesite. It's okay. They'll be all right.
But Leroy, this is a two-parter. Because that's not even the most interesting thing about Google right now. Google jumped into the whole, hey, so yeah, Microsoft buying Activision, that's a problem for us too. I was like, yo, why are you making it hot right now?
Why you bugging, bro?
But my detective skills, I have found out why. Because Google be trying to get to the bag. So apparently, before word on the street is, before the whole Microsoft Activision acquisition is about to happen, a few months ago, Google made a signed deal with Activision to get their server space, to provide server space services for Activision. So if this deal goes through, Microsoft, because they have so many servers, are going to be like, yeah, we don't need you. Go away, because we're using our own servers. And now be null and void. So now Google's like, nah, we don't like that. Excuse me. To read a little report that I have here, because I did a little bit of research.
This is actually interesting, because I did not know this.
Yeah, it says, Sony apparently isn't isolated when it comes to expressing concerns about the Microsoft Activision deal. Where Microsoft found an unlikely ally in Facebook's parent company, Meta, Sony reportedly has Google in its camp. It's unclear what specific concerns Google, which recently announced the shutdown of Stadia. Like we can see that coming. However, the search engine giant previously struck a multi-year strategic partnerships with Activision Blizzard and likely feels like it'll be in the crosshairs should the publisher be acquired. It says Microsoft Activision acquisition threatens Google's cloud deal. Activision Blizzard and Google announced in January 2020 that they were entering into a multi-year partnership as part of which Activision Blizzard has been utilizing Google's cloud services. A year later, Microsoft came into the picture with its own contracts should the acquisition go ahead, but it's a year later, Microsoft came into the picture with its own cloud solution in Azure. Microsoft is legally obligated to honor Activision Blizzard's contract should the acquisition go ahead, but it's highly unlikely that it'll extend the publisher's current partnerships. That's a concern Sony shares as well, especially when it comes to Call of Duty. According to a new report by Deal Reporter via Seeking Alpha, giving them credit, Google joined Sony in expressing its reservations about the consolidation to European Union regulators. The search engine maker previously voiced its concerns to Brazil's antitrust regulator, CADE. Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard has only been approved by Saudi Arabia thus far. So now we got haters out the haters wazoo. The artist formerly known as Leroy. Like they don't want them to be great. They don't want them to be great, bro. They don't.
Yeah. And
they're all, you know what it is? Microsoft is the new drug deal on the block.
I'm about to say, it sounds like I don't like how much money he making. Let me go stop this.
Bob calling a bomb threat in, cuz calling a bomb threat in just because he's jealous of all the money they're making. Yeah, well, that too. No, call the police
on the drug dealers next door because he was jealous of how much money they was making.
Facts. This is exactly what it is.
Hate.
Now, guys. I know, Rockman talks about a lot of stuff on here.
That's wild.
Well, I just want to tell you guys, don't feel sorry for any of these companies because every last one of them would do the same thing that Microsoft is doing right now. Don't tell me if Sony didn't have the money to acquire Activision, they wouldn't acquire Activision. Don't tell me
they got the bag
Google.
First.
That's all it is. It's just pure hate. And
don't
Google
look good on you.
doesn't want to lose that money because they already lose money with Stadia.
They lost money on that anyway. I'm surprised Stadia lasted this long. Wow.
It didn't. This is just them just finally saying we give up. Everybody else is like, we're done day 3. You're like, what is this? I can't continue with this. What new games are coming out? Borderlands 3 that came out 3 months ago.
This is not new. What about all them exclusives that Stadia was gonna have?
All right. I didn't want to say anything. Destiny 2. It's a free-to-play game, but you get all the expansions with us, baby. Holla at your boy. Be like, I'm going home. Turn this off. But the artist formerly known as Leroy. What's up, man? Why they hate? What's going on? Player, why they hate? Because you know, especially Google. If Google had the power, they would
have did this already.
What's really funny is that Google will do this, but at the same time, they're no different from Amazon trying to buy EA. They're trying to buy their way in. Stadia didn't work for them, so they're trying to buy their way in. But
I got an email that I gotta reserve my copy of FIFA 23 because it's the last one. That's wild.
Oh yeah, because after that it'll be called Football League or something.
Football League, something. Yeah, I got to get it now. And they put Kylian Mbappe back on the cover, so yeah, I'll get it.
I saw that. That's all. And they'll have Ted Lasso in it. But yeah, haters. The artist formerly known as Leroy. Haters, bruh. Because they would do that. What makes me mad the most, like I said, guys, I get it. I talk about a lot of make sure everything's fair and equal. But guys, I'm not feeling sorry for Google. None of them, not even Microsoft. It's business. They are trying. If Google had that same buying power, they'd be making the exact same move.
Google was just mad because they didn't think about it first.
Exactly. If Sony had the same type of move set and money, they would have done the exact same. It would have been a different story. Because when they bought Bungie, nobody said anything to them.
Nobody batted an
eye. Microsoft didn't say, I object to this because they did Halo. And what if we need them to do Halo again? They didn't say that.
But Microsoft just did you know what? We got 343. We'll figure it out. And what happened turned out to make a better Halo game. But nobody want to have that conversation.
They don't. I mean, now Halo Infinite, even though it's better, the players deserve more because that roadmap is trash. But you're right. Yeah. It's a better game.
And you know what? Bungie did his thing. They went on and made Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 is a banger, apparently. According to you.
It is. It's far. Now that Bungie's back in control of it and Activision's not in control of it anymore, it's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing.
And see, I only know that from you. I have not touched it. I have not tried to touch it. I don't even want to hear about it. But it's still in circulation. They just came out with it. If they just not came out with a DLC, they're coming out with a DLC.
They are. They did the new season, and then they're coming out with the DLC package. I'm already gonna buy mine, just waiting to get some money. But there's $100 package that gives you all 4 of the DLC for next year, plus all the season passes and 2 or 3 exotics. I'm getting that day one.
Yeah, I was gonna say all that I've heard recently, and it's still going on. Destiny was 10 years? Destiny had to be 10 years. Destiny 2 had to be 10 years ago? Let me see.
Yeah, actually, it's very close to. If it's not 10 years, it's very close. It's at least 6 or 7.
Nope. September 6, 2017. So yeah, around 6.
Wow, 6 years. That's impressive. 5, but close to 6 years. That's impressive. Wow. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't feel sorry for any of the, and I don't know why they're trying to fight it. Now, I get it. They're trying to get money, but that's so petty.
They're just trying to weasel out what little bit of money they can get out of it. Even if they were to get all their server space, I don't think Microsoft will let that happen.
No, because they said they'll honor the contract, so they still gonna get paid for the multi-partnership contracts they signed. But the problem is a lot of these companies are so worried about longevity. So they're thinking about if for example, if they all sign 5 or 6 years, they're trying to worry about what we're going to do year 7. And it's but you still have a few years for that. It's different if it was we only signed a 1 year or 2 year contract. Okay, cool. Freak out. But come on, man. You sign multiple partnership deals. Microsoft has the money to say, okay, we'll cover that But then after that, they might just pay Google just to be like the backup servers or something. But they're going to use Azure. We all know that because Azure is one of the best servers out there right now. But it's just funny, man. Because I'm like, come on, stop. Y'all would do because like I don't know why Sony's trying to play the fiddle or the violin on that, because they would do the exact same thing. Exact same thing. Like if they had a chance to buy Square Enix right now, they do it.
They do, because they know that would give them a leg up that nobody else has.
It would give them control over Final Fantasy, and even though they'll tell people, just like Microsoft, saying, "Hey, we're not going to make this exclusive yet," they can still do it down the line. Because and here's my thing.
Why would you not?
That, and then like here's my thing too. I don't think Microsoft would, just because they stand to make more money if it's on all systems. But at the same time, yeah, you're right. If they could boon it to where like
if I could drive 90% of traffic to my platform, why would I not do that though?
And it's just cutthroat business. So if I can see if this was like
cutthroat baller like OJ Simpson.
bars, son, bars, kill him. Oh, kill him. I just don't understand, man. Because like I get it.
Time out. I had a very stupid thought last weekend, and somebody rectified it for me.
Oh no!
I don't play Madden, but I asked one of my friends that do. Can you play as OJ Simpson? Yes, you can.
No, stop.
He's on the he's on like the All Legends team, and I was like, if he wasn't in the game, I was gonna have a problem with that. You say what you want to, murderer, sure, terrible person.
But that man got 800 rushing yards.
No, over 1,000 rushing yards in a season. Not too many people do that.
They don't even call him OJ. It's called Owenthal James. And Owenthal James.
They call him Mr. Simpson.
Owenthal Simpson just over there just driving the game. How does he do it? It's like he has killer speed. Oh.
How's Simpson doing out there, Mark? He's killing him. Jesus. Have you seen the way he just cuts through the defense?
You know, he just lacerated the offense. It's like, no. Man, he's running it like he stole it. Like, Yo, then it's like, this message brought to you by Ford Bronco. Like, okay, all right.
Yo, I'm not even gonna hold you. There's only one Madden game that I want to get. It is 2006, and it's only for a specific reason. Because if you got a breakaway run, one of the announcers would say he's got get away from the cop speed.
Wow! Stop!
I'm not even lying. I'm not lying. That is the only reason I'm trying to find Madden 06 for the 360.
Oh my god. I might have it somewhere up in here.
If you do, I will buy it from you. But for that quote, and it had some a gameplay mode that I like. But yeah, okay. Time back in. Back to Google bought Square Enix. Yeah, if I can drive Sony, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That means that you got to go through me for every Final Fantasy coming through. Yeah, I'll take that.
That's why
Kingdom Hearts is forever now back on Sony's platform and not on Xbox. Sure, yeah, I'll take that.
Well, and that's because they already have that agreement now. Because like it took forever for them to finally get Kingdom Hearts 3 on Game Pass. It took forever because they still
took forever. The only reason it took so long is because the game was out and people played it and it was just okay.
It's like and then Final Fantasy 7, they're finally gonna put that on Xbox.
The original.
No, Final Fantasy 7, the remake. Because it's not on Xbox right now.
Oh, that's right. The original was on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
that's definitely gonna take a while.
I don't feel bad for any of these companies. Like, just stop trying to play like, oh my god, Microsoft is trying to like take over, because there's other companies.
No,
like it's different if this was like the 109th this week. Like, I mean, they just bought they even bought like Red Dreams Interactive. Like, hey man, I got bought by Microsoft. I have $1 billion.
Time to start selling out immediately. But,
I mean, I'm part owner, but they bought 70% of it, so like
at that point, you just happy to be there.
I just want everybody to have fun.
right. I just want everybody to get along.
Like, is your company black owned? It's partially black owned.
It's half black owned. It's like Mariah Carey half owned. Yeah.
It's like both of ours.
It's like both of ours, but we keep it in my house.
but I be at the Microsoft Studios. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm just a consultant. Oh, you're all game? Yes.
Yeah. 100%. What you doing here, right, man? Mom's tripping. Want me asking my game back.
You know I would trip.
Oh yeah, dog. Yeah, we got you. Kick you smooth right enough. That's my game point.
Come on up here, mess with these people.
Next thing you know, the Kingdom with Hell turns out to be a looter shooter. Oh, they gonna turn it. Oh, what's the most Microsoft thing they could turn it into?
A looter shooter, or like
Gears of War plus Bulletstorm plus I went good, bad. Now I got to go good again. What's good?
No more heroes.
That's Nintendo.
I know, but like they were still
Microsoft. No.
Oh, so we're doing all Microsoft titles. So they go Gears meets Forza meets like Fable for some reason. Come on, get in the car.
This isn't even a racing game.
Go through the rings to time travel.
Look, no, take out Forza. Oh, dang it, what's it called? What was the thing Terry Crews is in? Crackdown. Yeah.
Oh, I listen. That day, I released a press conference. I am ashamed to have my name on this game, and for the record, I just want to say I'm no longer a part of it. They bought it, so I can't do anything. But don't support that shit. Don't support it. Please say no. Thank you.
I have to come to your house to stop you from cutting yourself, boy.
They ruined my baby. They massacred my boy. Look what they did to
my boy.
Yo, that scene still slaps. I watched Godfather the other day. Yes.
James Conn died this year. Wow.
Yeah, I watched in celebration to him and somebody else. I went back and I watched that. That movie still holds up.
It's heat. It's some heat for real. Marlon Brando was on a lot of drugs. He was having sex with a lot of men. But
I was like,
boy, that boy kept.
I forgot how crazy this movie was. Woo!
And by the end, Michael was like, "Yeah, I'll kill my own brother."
Had to do it.
Had to do it. Ain't gonna serve me no kind of bad.
Broke my heart, Fredo. Wow.
Like, that's the kiss of death. Kept that man on a boat.
Yo.
And you didn't even do it. You just sat on the shore and watched him do it.
My man set up his own son to be like, yeah, go out there with your uncle. And they're like, oh, hey, we're going into town. Fredo knew that. He's just like, hey, remember these times, all right?
Remember these times, man. I will.
Wow. Because what did he say at the funeral? He said, hey, as long as my mother's alive, we will not hurt this man.
We will not hurt this man.
As soon as the funeral happened.
As soon as she died.
She wasn't even in the ground good. I was like,
body went cold.
I was like, ooh, it's over, Fredo. What's your next one, bud?
Well, I'm gonna let you pick. This didn't need to happen, or the wins and falls of TV shows.
Now you know I love This Didn't Need to Happen. What you got for me?
Horizon Zero Dawn gets a PS5 remaster, reportedly in the works, alongside with a multiplayer game. Why?
The artist form knows why. That game. What? When did Breath of the Wild come out?
March.
No, Breath of the Wild.
The first one.
Yeah. Was that like 2015?
Let's look.
Because Horizon Zero Dawn came out around the same time. So it's only been a 6-year gap. Just 6 years. Is that the new standard we're going with now? The artist form knows, Leroy? 6
March
years?
3rd, 2017. Yeah, I was right. I was freaking right.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. It hadn't been that long. Why are we doing this? 10 years should be the max. I mean, 10 years should be the minimum. I think you should. And I mean, if the demand is out there, fine, do it earlier. But bruh, that game just came out.
The second one just came out.
Yes. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. The second one, but even the first one, because it came out on the same time as Legend. Because remember, we were talking about Game of the Year.
It came out a month before.
Yeah, a month before. And I was like, if Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild didn't come out, that would have been Game of the Year of that year. But Legend of Zelda came out and killed everything. Much like I think Elden Ring is still going to take it this year. I do feel that. Bruh, why? We don't need this. You know what this is? Last of Us all over again. I'm telling you.
I was just about to say.
Like, I saw that and I was just
like... It just got on PC 2 years ago. And the sequel just came out.
Why put this version out? Like, and I get it. Maybe. And you know it's going to be $79. You know it is.
Yeah. For some stuff I already saw.
I just like it's
and then there's a multiplayer mode, which is not gonna work.
You know,
just let it breathe, baby.
So here's the problem.
You ain't supposed to the whole edible. You're supposed to eat a corner, wait 2 hours, then reassess your situation. Don't do drugs.
Here's my problem with Sony, right?
Which one?
That's a great analogy. My problem with Sony. And I like them as a company sometimes, but like, stop. Like, they suffocate their products sometimes. Like Uncharted. Remember Uncharted? Uncharted, great way to end the series. Uncharted 4 happened. Boom. It had an okay multiplayer. But just like we talked about with Last of Us, because we talked about that on the show, and people talked about that as a general conversation. It doesn't need a multiplayer. Put out some DLC for the story. And I get it. You're trying to keep people from making it a one-time play and then they put it down and they just frame it or trade it in. I get it. But, like, when you put a multiplayer in something that obviously doesn't need a multiplayer, like, it just doesn't work well. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn, unless they're just going to make a new mode from the ground up, it wasn't meant to be played multiplayer. And I like the game. It's just not enough action. It's not even enough action for multiplayer. It's not even enough action for single player. Because in my opinion, they should have shot the action up just a little bit more. But I get it, the stealth and that.
It's a lot of world building and a lot of exploration. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I get that. But like,
I will say, game shared that second one. Not bad so far.
Well,
only like 4 or 5% in. Action is abundant.
And then here's my beef as well. Is that like? The multiplayer thing is hit or miss because, like Ghost of Tsushima, that was a great idea. That was a really great idea. I need to play that multiplayer as soon as I get done beating it. But, like...
You kind of missed out at this point.
Stop. Like, just stop. Like, all right, we got to put this game out. It's supposed to be a tale, but, like, we're going to do multiplayer. Because you didn't do this with Order 1886. You just put that out. That was a 4-hour campaign and just said, good luck.
First of all, that game was 4 hours of cutscenes and 25 minutes of games.
Right.
Gameplay.
And it was just like,
and it wasn't that good.
And they sold it at like $59 or $69. So that's what I'm saying.
But that was a PS4 launch game, and they just needed something to put out there other than Killzone and whatever else they had.
Yeah, because they only had Killzone. That they didn't even have the new. You're right. The Uncharted didn't come out.
Uncharted wasn't out yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had Infamous.
Second Son, they did have.
That was a launch title. Yeah. So. Yeah. They needed something.
Just stop. Like, stop. Listen, developers, if y'all out there, stop with these remasters and remakes, please. At least let some years pass by where we don't even remember the game. Like, I want another Asura's Wrath, but you know how long Asura's Wrath has been since we played that? That's like, maybe we were back at GameStop. I was still kind of young back then. So that's to tell you something right there. Oh, God almighty. Not another one, man. I can't take it, man.
Asura's Wrath was February 21st, 2012.
Right. So that's all.
I was 1 year out of high school.
10 years. Like, listen,
God,
it's time. It's time. Come on, that one is time. But
it's
like,
time. I'll take a remaster.
The barely 2 year out the gate games. Like, let's stop this, please. Come on, man.
Yeah, and unfortunately, God of War was guilty of it too because God of War came out on PS4. Then they charged us for another. Well, no, I think the PS5 remaster. No. I'm talking about the new God of War.
Oh no! So what they did is
the PS4 to PS5 remaster for that.
Yeah. Well, did they make a PS? I don't think they made a PS5 version of that.
It's PS5
did
version.
They? Oh God, stupid. Okay.
But I mean, it's the nature of the beast, and I think with the availability of the new systems, it kind of because there ain't nothing else to put on there. You might as well put some old stuff on there first.
But I mean,
yeah, it doesn't make sense, but
yeah, like, and you're
you got to make it work.
Yeah,
when it spent all this money on this cheese, we might as well make something out of it.
Cheese sandwiches, grilled cheese. I
don't care. Fondue, cheese sandwiches. Put cheese on everything. You want cheese on your broccoli or your chicken wings? I don't care. You can put your finger in cheese.
You just like drinking the Sprite. They put some cheese on. Why are you putting cheese in my Sprite? We gotta get rid of the cheese.
Look, it's gonna go bad tomorrow. We gotta get rid of it today.
Oh,
or I should say, like when a restaurant buys like a bunch of fish and the fish is gonna go bad, they try to push it. So you might as well put something. Yeah,
fish fillet nuggets on sale for $3.99. You're just like, what? What is that?
That's how you know you stop eating at McDonald's when they come out with fish nuggets.
That's phase 2, player. That's phase 2.
And already mushy.
Oh gosh. Well, are you done with that one, sir?
Yep, that's all I got for that one.
So my last one is Cyberpunk 2077 has seen a surge thanks to the Cyberpunk anime. Now, for everyone who's not seen that, it is a wonderful anime. I highly recommend it. It is amazing. I'm trying to get the artist formerly known as Leroy to watch it.
Sorry, bro.
I know you got.
I'm behind.
I know, but like when you get some downtime, whatever that is, just watch it because it's
hopefully within the next week or two.
Okay. Just phenomenal stuff. Now, the cool thing they've also done in the game, because it's still broken, but they're trying to fix it.
Call me when it's finished.
Right. Which God knows when that'll be. Probably when the Kingdom of Hell comes out. But maybe when so what they did to celebrate the anime when the anime came out is they also put a lot of the characters' weapons in the game, as well as like some like little breadcrumbs to tell you more of what happened to the characters and stuff like that. Because this happens a few hundred years, I think, before what your character goes through in 2077.
But still future stuff, right?
Yeah, it's still future. Yeah, because you can with all those, you can just be like, yeah, like this is, or either happens adjacent to what your character's doing. Because I think it happens around the same time. It's just like kind of adjacent. So yeah, it was really cool. I definitely enjoyed watching it. And yeah, I just think it was tight. I think it's tight that the game is seeing more surge. I hope that they'll actually fix it now because I don't even want to download it again until they fix it. And I want to see what they put in because they put more stuff in. But it just needs to be finished. It needs to be polished. And
I told you when I play it, when it's done.
Right. And they should really go back and apologize to the PS4 players. And really just like, I would even like to see a finished version on the PS4. But, I know they won't do that because they've said, hey, we're going to cut that off completely. And we're going to go to just PS5 and Xbox Series X. So that's kind of like, yeah, I mean, and I get why they're doing it, but it kind of sucks too. They should just like offer them something. I mean, they already
did. They offer them a refund?
Yeah, they did offer them a refund. Yeah, so I guess that's about it.
Better shut up and take what you get.
Take that money. Like, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So that's interesting. But yeah. Also, too, I want to tell you this, and this is funny. I know you saw my post. The Star Citizen is up to 500 million right now, and they ain't even a real game, bro. How are they getting? Listen, if I can find out how to get money like that with Kingdom Withheld and not even put it out,
crowdfunder,
genius. But like, how you can't? Like, how do you just keep fishing these people in? How do people keep falling for that, bro? How, you know?
Mighty Number 9 did it. Look at that turned out to be. I remember I told you about it. I texted you the picture of that from GameStop, and I was like, "Oh man, this looks cool." He was like, "Yeah, it is gonna look cool." Came out.
I'm so glad I didn't crowdfund that. I reserved it, but I didn't crowdfund it, and thank God.
I was looking forward to telling you talk about it. Don't care.
It's so bad. It was supposed to be the next Mega Man. We were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great." It's trash.
Yikes!
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Oh, well, that's all I got. You got anything else for the peeps?
I do not. But no, that's it.
That's it.
If you want to follow us on any of your aforementioned social medias, it's the Nerd Player everywhere. If you want to send us an email or you want to text us like some people do, shout out to you.
Hey, thank you to that secret guest person. Thank you. I really appreciate his questions.
Yeah, I'll see if you figure it out. You know what? I'll ask you next show. See if you figure out who it is.
Okay. At this point. Okay. Cool.
But yeah. It's the Nerd Play everywhere. Follow us on all social medias. If it's a social media that exists, we're probably on it. At your favorite DSPs, listen to us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, not Google Podcasts. It's just YouTube. Yeah.
It's Google Podcasts as well. We're on there too.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. Then the email is thenerdplaypodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, that's it. And I'm the artist formerly known. And who are you?
And I'm Rockman 3K3. We out. We love you guys.
Peace.